We know sort of mediumship, the healing with mediumship comes often, most traditionally, in terms of receiving messages. And it's been particularly profound over the last couple of years as well, because I've had many people come because their loved ones passed from COVID. They couldn't go to the hospital. They had no idea what was going on. They were left with all of these unanswered questions. But the healing power of receiving those messages by reconnecting with somebody in spirit form is immensely profound, and it's been the role of mediumship since it was emerged in the human race. But there's an aspect of mediumship that is immensely healing that is often overlooked, and it really comes from the healing that arises from the spiritual intimacy that mediumship offers. When my fiance died, I began to realize that it's not just the messages. There's a transformative element to mediumship, and that comes from experiencing the single consciousness, the one mind that exists between all people. And how I realized that was I began to notice that he could hear my thoughts. And then what I began to notice, and this happens with most people, and they don't realize this is happening, is that you could be just sort of on about your business, washing the dishes at the supermarket, and out of the blue, a thought of your loved one flies into your mind completely. That's not normally how we think, because we normally sort of ruminate by association. And you think to yourself, God, that's unusual. I haven't thought about so-and-so in God knows how many years. And we think we've thought about them. And they've actually been thinking about us, and we felt that thought. And these sort of small experiences, they seem sort of small little experiences that go on in our day-to-day lives, are really evidence of the one mind, of the single consciousness that we're all part of. And that brings with it a level of intimacy that is not immediately apparent. So one of the things that I had to come to terms with, which was horrifying to me the first time I realized this, was that my fiance could hear all my thoughts because we were so close, that we were blended so closely that we could hear all my thoughts. And that sounds marvelous until you realize, oh my God, that means all the shadowy places, all of the secrets, all of the shame, all of the things I never want anyone to know about me, he can see. How horrifying. And it's not just him, it's everybody. It's now my mother, it's everybody. And you think, oh my God, And the next thing that I realized from this was, he has seen all of this in me, and he's still here. And that goes for all of us. They have seen, all of your loved ones have seen the shadowy side, what we perceive to be shame, the secrets, the things we never want anyone to know about us. And they're still here. Not only are they still here, but they still love us. They can love all of these things about us that we can't love about ourselves. They're still here. How intimate is that? How, it really shows us the power of unconditional love. And what I've realized is that when our loved ones go to the spirit world, so many of us think, oh, it's this big end. Now we're grieving. We've got this loss in our lives. And what we miss is that we are closer now than we have ever been. That we are loved more deeply now than we have ever been, because everything we thought we needed to hide is out in the open and is still loved. And that compassion exists for us, and that loving kindness exists for us, and that unconditional love, which we could never truly grasp while we are running around in our bag of bones for this trip around the sun. Our loved ones who are in spirit form, who have the benefit of being able to reflect and being able to see and being able to perceive in this sort of telepathic communication, love us unconditionally, all of us, because they can see us all. How much acceptance is there in that?